Welcome everybody to Off the Cuff. I'm Adam Banks. Thank you for listening to the show. Josh Bryant is here in the studio with me. Josh, how's it going?
Doing well, sir. Doing well. I guess we were just enjoying a little more of that music.
Yeah, we were.
We weren't done yet.
Producer, it always has a little trouble toning it down. You know, when I start talking and when I start saying my name, the producer should start turning the music down, but he always lets it play, and it kind of irritates me.
Yeah, ideally that should be how it works. But sometimes we just want to get extra hype for the show.
I guess so. But Josh, I said I had a huge announcement before this show.
That's right.
And before this episode.
You like to do that to me.
And I wanted to announce it right now. I know you're anxiously waiting to hear what it is, and it is the season premiere of season 3 of Off the Cuff.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. It is episode 151. We celebrated episode 150 last week, and now we are celebrating episode 151. So, Josh, welcome into, I think this is season 3. This might be season 4. Let's see. We started in March 1st, 2014. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is season 3.
Very nice. Here we are at the halftime of the UK game as well, for those of you who are listening to this later. We're down.
We are. Kentucky versus Florida. And
Great game so far, though. Great game.
It's a wonderful game, and I just have to say that.
Great rivalry.
I have to brag on Florida, because Florida is a great rivalry.
You said you were going to do that, unfortunately.
And Florida is such a good team.
Billy Donovan's not even there, and you're going to brag on him.
Yeah, he's not even there. He don't need to be there. He does not need to be there. Mike White has became the new man in charge. And, sorry, we just got a little... So we're going to continue this.
We got a caller trying to buzz in on the show, but we're just going to keep that private, and we'll answer the caller after the show. We'll call him back.
After the show.
Yeah, we don't do that during the live.
Yeah, we can't do this. This is live. We can't be taking calls.
Unfortunately.
The producer needs to screen these calls
call while we are doing live shows.
Yeah,
Please do not call.
Messes up my mic.
All right. Who's giving out that number?
I have no idea. What was I talking about?
We were talking about, of course, the UK game and how much you love Florida, even though...
And they're going to win the SEC championship.
Oh.
They are.
Bold claim, folks.
It's a very bold claim. Billy Donovan's not even there. Mike White is the new man in charge. He's the new general there. He is a young guy. He's hungry. He plays scruffy basketball. That's why he likes to coach. Yeah, he likes... Billy Donovan was a offensive coach. This guy's a little bit of a defensive coach. He's good.
His first season?
This is his second year with Florida, and he is doing awesome.
Oh, for a second year, they're ranked as high as us. Yeah, he's doing great.
Yeah, they're better. They're better than us.
Ideally, they beat us.
Yeah, by a lot, and they're ranked 8th.
Yeah.
In the nation. Kentucky's ranked what?
Actually, they're ranked 13th, and we're ranked 11th.
Are we?
So they showed on the... I've been watching the game a little closer than the bank.
Check my facts here.
It's okay.
Who wrote this stuff down?
We've been enjoying adult beverages while we've been watching the game, but we're going to move on to the next subject.
Absolutely. Well, of course, everybody. I said on the 100th episode last week that I just got back from Vegas. Mm-hmm. Josh, I just got back from Vegas. You know that.
That's fantastic. Yeah. It's a great place to go. I've been to Vegas, but I'll admit one thing, and you'll be happy to hear this, and I'll admit it on air for you. I've never had the type of time that you've had in Vegas. I've been, but I've never had that type of time that you've had. I've never had such a great time.
Okay, why do you say you didn't have a good time?
Because twice when I've been 3 times. Twice when I've been, I was underage, so I couldn't gamble. But I did get to see good shows and stuff, so that was great. And I went to all the hotels and got to see all the sights and got to see the Grand Canyon out there and got to see what else? Let's see. Got to see the famous hotels, of course, and all the ones that have the animals.
Planet Hollywood,
the Mirage that has the wild tigers.
Yes,
and even got to see Chris Angel. So I've had great times out there.
Yeah, you got to see Chris Angel.
I've only been able to gamble and drink out there once, and and that one time that I did, it was with a group I would prefer not to go with. I would like to have done it again. The group that
you would have fun if you went with me.
We all just didn't fit as well.
You would have fun if you.
Of course, we would have a great time. We'd have a great time.
We would have a good time. And didn't you go with Aaron Milling? Yeah, you went with Aaron.
I didn't. It wasn't his fault we didn't have a good time. It was the other people we went with. We just didn't mesh with them very well. Me and Aaron had a good time together. Yeah. It was only 2 of us. We felt like we needed a bigger group, and so we had a good time. But we just didn't get meshed well with the other group that was there. He had his family. We had other people that from work there.
Vegas is such a great time. It's just a loony place. Everywhere you look, there's things happening. Crazy things are happening.
It's awesome. All the side street people.
I love the
performing.
entertainment value of it. There's so much entertainment. There's just entertainment on the street.
Did you go to a show this time?
I did not go to a show.
Have you ever been to a show out there?
No, I have not.
Wow, that's regrettable.
It very much is. Well, it's not like I'm never going back. I plan on going back to Vegas next year. I plan on making Vegas a yearly trip.
It's worth it.
It is. Vegas is amazing. It really is. It really is. It's an amazing place.
What was the highlight of your trip? And then let's.
The highlight of my trip was probably, I would say, when I first got there, I got to see a good friend of mine out there and got to hang out. And he took me around Vegas, drove me around. We hung out, checked out a few clubs in Vegas. It was pretty fun. That was probably my highlight.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
It was.
And then maybe when you won your big bet.
But while I was out there, absolutely, there was some news that struck. Magic Johnson is the new president of the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes. Josh, it is a fantastic decision for the LA Lakers. Jeannie Buss sucks. I've always said that. She's a terrible owner, and she's a terrible decision maker. And I think that Magic is the best thing that could have happened to the Lakers organization since Phil Jackson was the coach. So now that Magic is there, I think it's going to help player relations. I think people are going to want to play with Magic.
All season. And let's talk about what other movements happened during the during the All-Star break.
There was
the Pelicans and Anthony Davis. Oh my gosh, Anthony Davis and Demarcus Cousins are now teammates. UK fans, you now have Anthony Davis and Demarcus Cousins as teammates.
It's not going to work, and here's why. Demarcus. I'm serious. Demarcus,
okay, they did lose the other night. Continue.
Yeah. Demarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis are not going to get along. They've had some sort of They have had some sort of a rival.
Have you researched this? Anthony Davis recruited Demarcus Cousins. He recruited him when they were teammates on the All-Star team and stuff. They got each other's phone numbers a couple years ago, and they exchanged text messages, and Anthony Davis has been recruiting him.
I don't think their personalities are going to work together. Their egos are too much the same. So I will be surprised. If they are going to be good, it's going to take a couple of years. It's going to take a couple of years for it. Absolutely.
Okay.
But, in the midst of all that, that was good. That was good. They're together. We've heard enough about it. They'll be good in a couple of years. DeMarcus is a great player.
Let's continue. They're going to make playoffs. I think they could play the Warriors the first round. That'd be great to see. It'd be a nice little taste of DeMarcus to get the playoffs. Hopefully he'll stay in free agency.
Absolutely. And it would be great to see the Pelicans win a championship. DeMarcus and Anthony Davis. That would be wonderful.
That's going to take a couple years. They need another addition. If they could get Jimmy Butler.
In the mix of all that, LeBron James is the greatest player in the NBA since Michael Jordan. He is the second coming of Michael Jordan.
So you watched him in Vegas very closely, more than you've watched him in a long time.
Well, because I bet on a lot of his games.
What game were you watching specifically? What teams were they playing? Just come on.
I have no idea, but I just know that LeBron James is absolutely amazing. He is one of the best players. Like the things that he does, it's ungodly. He's a freak of nature, ladies and gentlemen. So when you watch him, he is just unbelievable.
So me and Banks had a small realization before the show, and I'm not almost proud of it. We didn't watch a lot of LeBron because we were Kobe Bryant fans, and he just retired recently. And now we're watching more of LeBron than maybe we've ever watched in the last 10 years or so that we've been watching. Plus basketball, more than that, obviously. So since LeBron's been around, so I'm trying to say, in the last 10 years, we have not been watching him play very much because we've been watching Kobe, and we missed his prime years almost, even to say. And what we've watched even the last year has amazed us. And he is a very good player and has a chance to pass Kobe and Michael and is on the way.
He's on the way. LeBron James is incredible, and the younger generation has really turned me on to that. And I'm serious, and the reason I say that is because I grew up in the 90s. I grew up with Michael Jordan. 23 was an iconic number. Michael Jordan, the Air Jordans, the symbol, just his name, his image, everything about Michael, even his bald head, everything about Michael was It was the NBA.
It was classy. It was cool.
I think he was a
made you
trendsetter.
think.
He was a trailblazer in the NBA. I think he saved it. You know, Magic and Bird and those guys, you know, they were unbelievable back in the day. But Michael Jordan transcended the NBA. And
you could argue the same thing with LeBron.
Yeah, and he did
helping make it good again.
And then when Michael Jordan quit, when did LeBron go?
And the way you
2005.
The way to pros.
Yeah.
2004.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say 2004, 2003.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, the way he's making it good again, Banks, is that people are teaming up to try to beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Durant has now gone to the Warriors in order to try to gain a championship by beating LeBron James.
Are you rooting for LeBron, yes or no?
At this point?
Yeah.
Just about. You know, I don't really want him to win 5 probably, but I definitely want him to beat the Warriors with Kevin Durant on the team.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
The Warriors can win one next year. I just want him to win one again this year and repeat and be like, boom, I just beat you and you just added Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Durant is having a great season, folks, showing defense he's never showed before because he can play a little more defense because he's not focused on offense as much. He has other players around him. And it's just been an incredible year for the Warriors, and it's going to be darn tough for LeBron to beat him. But if he does, that will just solidify him as one of the best once again, especially with the way he just did that playoff run last year.
But not as good as Jordan.
He's getting there. He's climbing that ladder.
He's climbing, but will he ever get there? I mean, he wears number 23 for a reason. He wears it because of who?
Michael Jordan.
Jordan.
So the other day, you know what I saw?
What?
I saw, for our fans out there, I want you to think if Michael Jordan's ever wore another number. Has Michael Jordan ever worn
Absolutely,
another number?
of course.
Okay, so what was that number?
Well, he wore number 9 in USA.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, thank you.
Very-
Don't look at me like that.
you're
Yeah,
very
he wore
good.
number 9. I'm very good.
I
He wore
forget
number
how big of a-
45.
Okay, I forget how big a fan you are, but I'm talking about in just Bulls history basketball. Not in USA.
45.
Not in the college or high school. Okay, we're 45. And what else?
23.
And what else? I got you here.
Hold on now.
I have a good
Was
story.
it 24?
No, I have a good story for the fans, though. So one day, Michael Jordan was about to go play a game. It was just the anniversary the other day. It was like February the 11th or something. Was the anniversary of the time it happened. And anyway, before his game, his jersey got stolen. His jersey number 23 got stolen.
Yeah.
So he wore for one time only that night, number 12.
You were at the game?
No.
Oh.
Just a little taste of history for the fans.
Wow.
Number
Did they
12.
have footage of it?
Of course.
Did he score big in it?
I can't recall.
So the number never
He
really
did
did
his-
affect
he did his
Jordan.
usual-
Jordan,
he did his
Jordan
Jordan.
did his thing. Jordan was unbelievable.
Yes.
He was an icon.
He was. Do we have anything else on our list? Because, you know, right now, folks, we're watching the UK game here live, and we are up by 1. We have not led very much of this game. We started out 8-0.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. And Florida just scored a 3.
of course, I spoke about it.
Yeah. Well, Josh, how have you been doing?
You know, I've been doing good. I've just been working and enjoying the sports as it's getting closer to the time of my favorite
March
year.
Madness,
It's getting
yes.
time to March Madness.
I love the March Madness podcast. Those are coming
Those are the
up.
most fun. And then after that, you have the NCAA tournament, of course. And then you have
The NBA,
NBA
playoffs. That's when you
playoffs.
come on and you do your thing during those.
So it's just my favorite time of the year, really.
Yeah.
And it's getting to be warm here again in Kentucky. We just had some beautiful weather this past week, all week long. Even though you weren't here, it was 50s and 60s all week long.
yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah, I heard it was nice back here in Kentucky.
It really was.
Mm-hmm. That's good that you guys had a good weather. I mean, this weather, February, I mean,
This
we can't
winter
complain.
has been easy.
That means this summer it's going to be hot. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
I want to thank you for listening to the show. Josh, thank you for being on episode 1 of season 3.
Yes. Is that what we decided it was? Is it season 3?
I don't know, man. Okay, if I started the show on March 1st, 2014, that was season 1. March 1st, 2015 would be season 2. Oh, March 1st, 2016 would be season 3. So this is actually season 4.
This is season 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Season 4 of Off the Cuff.
Season 4 of Off the Cuff.
Episode 1. Episode
year
151.
3.
Year
2?
4, 5, 6. This is year 3.
Year 3.
Mm-hmm.
Year 3.
We just hit 3.
We just hit 3.
Mm-hmm. Now we're going into 4. Got me?
That's pretty cool.
All right. Well, Josh, thank you for being on the show. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. You know, it's always a pleasure, Adam. Yeah, can't wait to do it again.
Absolutely. Where's my music? There we go.
I think the DJ's playing your tunes.
We'll see you later, everybody. This is Adam Banks. Josh, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you later on the next episode of Off the Cuff. I really tried to advance. I had to switch up my stance. I had to push from within.